Hello, my friends. It is so wonderful to see you again on this lovely day. Today, we're talking about the power of presence. Do you know that your presence is a gift? The gift of your presence allows you to be tuned into the people around you. It allows you to be tuned into the signs around you. Do you know that spirit is always sending you messages? It's just a matter of whether we are seeing them or noticing them or not. Now, as solopreneurs, we can certainly pull ourselves out of presence like no other group of humans on the planet, right? We are so into our businesses and everything that we need to do to keep them running efficiently and serving our customers. That is just one heck of a way to pull ourselves out of presence and take the magic out of life. All that pressure builds up on us, and we tend to lose sight of the here and now. And so I really wanted to talk to you about presence today because it is something that can really, really help you to really get the most out of your life. When we're able to be present, we're able to soak up all the goodness that is happening at all times. Let me share with you something that I do in my business in K&L Co. For those of you who don't know, I'm a virtual executive assistant and online business manager, and I help business owners set up their systems and processes and optimize their delegation strategies, their client onboarding, their project management software, their CRMs. And so, one thing that we work on together is organizational efficiency, right? And I get that term from a really awesome book that helps me in my work a lot. I actually refer to this book when I'm trying to learn something about my business, but it's called Clockwork by Michael Michalowicz. He also wrote Profit First. If you think that his name sounds familiar, you may have come across him there. I want to share with you his definition of organizational efficiency. This resonates with me so much on a business level, but I also want to encourage you as I read the definition of this. I want you to think about it as it may apply to your energetic efficiency as well. So, like, applying it to the inside, you from the inside out. Organizational efficiency is when all the gears of your business mesh together in harmony. It is the ultimate in leverage because you design your company's resources to work in concert, maximizing their output. Organizational efficiency is when you access the best talents of your team, even a team of one, to do the most important work. It is about managing resources so that the important work gets done instead of always rushing to do what's most urgent. And it's about removing yourself from the day-to-day grind so you can make it all happen. Productivity is about doing more to increase output. Efficiency is about doing less to increase output. In our businesses, we add systems and processes. We delegate to tools and technology and people in order to create that organizational efficiency. I love how he talks about productivity being doing more to increase output. And we all are familiar. That is like the most logical thing, right? When we're trying to grow our businesses, we're like, let's just do more stuff and we'll make more money, right? And that's true to a certain extent. But then we get smacked with the hard reality that we can't just do more, more, more. We only have so much in our tank, so to speak, in our energetic tank. It's more about efficiency over productivity. Efficiency, doing less to increase the output. So, what are the things that we can do that will give us a higher return on the efforts that we put in, right? And that's what the most successful businesses do, right? They figure out those low lift activities that are the most important and they prioritize those over everything else because everything else can become busy work. But today I want to talk to you about energetic efficiency and how we achieve that energetically because as within, so without. If we don't have energetic efficiency within ourselves as the business owner, then we can't expect to see that outside of ourselves in our business. Our businesses are always a reflection of what we have going on inside of us. And if our emotions are all out of whack, that will absolutely be reflected in our employees, in our teams, and in our clients, and all it'll ripple out in all of the areas of your business. Why? Because if you're coming from a place of chaos within, then you are also projecting that outward literally with everything that you do. I think that this is literally the most important thing in life to think about, because if we are not managing our energy well, then how can we really expect to get a return on any of our efforts in life? We really get what we put out. But what a beautiful indicator of whether what we are doing is in alignment with the greater good. If you're getting like crappy responses from your clients and your team, if your team is like coming at you like you're not treating me right, bro, or if your clients are getting really nitpicky with you, then that is a good sign that you are not coming from the right place with them from the inside. So let's talk about how can we create energetic efficiency within our own lives. And I just want to take a minute to take a look at this definition again. If I was to replace organizational efficiency with energetic efficiency, then maybe it will help you kind of put that into perspective a little bit. So I'm going to read the definition again, but I'm going to replace every place that it says organization with energetic. Energetic efficiency is when all the gears of your inner being mesh together in harmony. It is the ultimate in leverage because you design your inner resources to work in concert, maximizing your output. Energetic efficiency is when you access the best talents, your skills, talents, and abilities to do the most important work. It's about managing your energetic resources so that the important work gets done instead of always rushing to do what's most urgent. When I say it like that, doesn't it help you kind of understand that this actually applies to you on the inside as well? So how do we achieve energetic efficiency? Number one way is meditation, going within, cultivating a space of peace and harmony within yourself. What is meditation, right? In my definition, meditation is aligning yourself with the energy of what you are trying to create. There's a phrase out there that talks about if prayer is the ask, then meditation is the answer. I was raised a very religious person, and I never fully understood what prayer was until honestly just recently in my own spiritual life. And that phrase really helped me put it into perspective, but it actually even took me a while of thinking about it before I realized what it actually meant. So let me talk about that for a minute. Prayer is asking. When we pray, we go to the higher power, whatever you like to call the higher power. You go to God and you ask for the things that you want, right? Where a lot of people get hung up, and even I myself have gotten hung up. The only reason I know any of these things is because I've noticed them within myself and I've been able to find some sort of resolution. Where I was getting hung up on what ask prayer was like just always being like focusing on the things that I wanted and the idea that I did not have them, and being like, oh, please God, like please help this to happen. But when you're only focused on the prayer side and asking for what you want, you're focused on the fact that you don't have it, right? And so this idea of energetic efficiency and being energetically responsible, think about that. If you're only focused on asking for what you want, that means you are focusing your energy on the fact that you do not have the thing that you want, right? So that's why we cannot forget about the other piece, the meditation piece, because that's the answer. So many of us are asking the question and then we're walking away and we're not paying attention to the answer. That is us getting in our own way. And I don't mean that to shame you or condemn you. What I mean that to say is that is such a beautiful awareness, because now you know what to do and you know that you actually have control over your piece of the responsibility. The meditation piece, meditation is the answer. What do we do in meditation? We become quiet and we go within and we listen to the answers that are being presented with us. We all hear people talk about how we know deep down, we knew deep down the answer, but we didn't listen to it, right? So meditation is developing the skill of receiving those deep down messages because guess what? Every single one of you is so connected to the higher power that you can go within and receive those messages. Higher power wants nothing more than for you to receive the loving messages that it is trying to give you on a regular basis. And nobody has to earn that. You don't have to do anything to get that. You have it already. You just need to figure out how to listen to it and how to discern what those messages are. So meditation, getting quiet, going within, that is the road to energetic efficiency. And so what happens is when we go within, the answers come to us. So say you're asking for, you want more money in your business, right? Well, when you go within, the prayer is, higher power, please help me gain more money in my business, right? So when you go to meditate, when you're getting quiet, those calm and peaceful responses are your intuition. Your connection with your higher power is your intuition. And that is where those messages are coming from. If it is a message of anxiousness, like, oh my gosh, well, if you want to make more money, then you better get up and you better work harder, get up at 5 a.m. and, work until 10 p.m. at night. You might make a little bit more money that way, but you're not going to sustain yourself. You're probably going to be miserable, and it's probably not going to be the best use of your energy. But if your message is look in this book today for a message about something or other, go talk to this person today, and then miraculously, this person has a job opportunity for the messages that come from your intuition and from your higher power are going to be calm and quiet. And they're not going to be urgent and like pushy and coming from a place of fear. They're going to be coming from a place of peace, calm, and love. Meditation. I mean, there are so many ways to meditate. I'm not going to get into that today. That would be a video for another day, but just know that that is possible for you. And it is totally worth your time to develop the muscle of being able to get quiet and receive those answers that are so abundantly available to you whenever you're ready to receive them. Another way that we can do this is also by journaling. Journaling is my number one favorite way to meditate. I have a very active mind. And so for me, journaling is a great way for me to kind of keep my active mind at bay, but then receive messages. And the more that you do it, and you kind of just, for me, I like to just allow myself to free write. And sometimes messages come to me that I'm just like, wow, like I know it's not me making this up. I know that it is coming from a much higher place. And I am learning little by little to trust those messages coming through. And actually, today's message that I brought to you today was completely from spirit. That's what I did. I was tuning in with spirit and I made a quick little outline of my video today. I didn't look up any other information. I really just trusted that spirit was giving me the bullet points to talk about today. I have to tell you that for me today, energetically, this video is feeling like it is flowing and glowing, and all the right people are going to hear it. So I'm super excited about just listening to my own inner guidance today to show up and create this video for you. So I want to give you an affirmation today that I think will serve you really well. I would love for you to meditate on this affirmation. I think it will support you, but you feel free to make up your own affirmations. I believe the most powerful affirmations are the ones that come from within, from your source within. So I think we should always be kind of finding what works for us, not kind of, absolutely. We should all always be finding what works for us. The affirmation is, I am creating easily and effortlessly the most beautiful life that I desire. And the reason why this is the perfect affirmation for this message today is because those messages that you receive when you go into meditation and connect with spirit, they are going to be giving you the signs and the guidance that leads you to the most easy and effortless path, whatever your beautiful desire is within. As long as your desire is something that does not hurt other people and that is trying to help others and help yourself at the same time, as long as it is aligned with helping the greater good, then that is something you can trust. It should be easy and effortless. And if it is not, that is the best part. If you are in a challenge, now you know what to work on with yourself. So don't get scared because so many people get hung up on like, oh my gosh, these challenges are coming at me. What do I need to do? I got to get rid of it. I got to push it away. No, we don't want to push it away. We just want to observe and take notes and recognize that when challenges arise, they are coming for resolution and healing, right? They're not necessarily coming up to give us a hard time and make us have a harder life. If you can help yourself think about that when you are in a challenge and self-soothe yourself with the idea that your challenge is not coming up to make your life harder. It's actually coming up to make your life easier. And that's how we can use meditation to purify our minds. Because once we become really skilled at meditation, we start to see like, oh, this is coming from ego and fear, and this is coming from love. And I promise it gets easier the more that you do it, just like anything else. I'm going to leave you today with a quote by Esther Hicks, one of my favorite thought leaders. There is no source of evil. There is only a stream of well-being, which you are allowing or not. But under the name of righteousness and goodness and religion, you drop bombs on innocent children, and then you say, it's for the good of all of us. And we say, we don't see that. And you don't see it from your non-physical perspective either. It's only in your disconnection that those things make sense. When we are not listening to our inner guidance and we are not connecting to that stream of well-being, then that's where we get in our own way and we think that fighting and things that are coming from a place of fear. I mean, dropping bombs on innocent children is pretty intense, but it's really happening, right? And those people are trying to control and they're not tuning in to a place of peace and love. And they are not using their energy in an efficient way. And so we don't want to be like that. We want to be the kind of people that are leaning in to our energetic efficiency in a way that uplifts us and everyone around us. Thank you, my babies. I trust that you found this video to be helpful. And until next time, I'm sending you so much love.